Hello, everyone. Today is Sunday, August 13, 2023. Welcome to mywebuniversity.com or My Web University YouTube channel that I have, and I'm going to serve you today with another new video. Let's go to the PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to go through a slideshow on this one. We already might have done the animation, but it doesn't have to be all of them animated, but it's okay. Let's just go through the slideshow. So we're going to start from the beginning. And then in this video, we're going to discuss computer use or computer usage and why we should learn computer. We learn computer for various reasons, whether it's for job reasons or for school or for life, or do better in our community, better on our society, and better for our country. Every reason or better on earth, we need to learn computers to do better performance, better productivity. So as an individual, you might ask yourself, why should I learn about computers? Every person learns computer for different reasons, and your reason might be different from mine, and mine might be different from somebody else, or it might be the same for all of us. But let's go through the usage of the computer first to answer those questions. One of the questions is that why should I learn computer, or why should we learn the computer? Where's the computer in 5 years, or where the technology is heading in 10 years or 20 years? All of that information we can discuss today because those are good questions. So everyone uses computer. Everyone uses computer. For example, you might be using a laptop or an iPhone or a Android. In either case, you're using a computer. So if you're using an iPhone, even iPhone has Android software operating system, and you're having some apps. The application that could be YouTube channel, could be Facebook, could be some other Google search engine, could be anything. You could be connected to your company through VPN or through your school at some website that you go through your website through that apps that you're using or the browser. You're still connecting it. And whether you use iPhone or iPad or Mac or Windows, and the operating system doesn't matter, the hardware doesn't matter, you're going to be connecting to your local area machine that is running an operating system on your desktop, or you're connecting to a internet through that same kind of interface, and you're using a computer. You might be using a desktop or a workstation, which is a computer that is on your room or in the house or in the office or somewhere near you at the desktop, and then you might be using that computer to access a lot of files, file servers, and maybe database server, maybe web server, maybe connecting to the internet, maybe connecting to the cloud. So a workstation or a desktop, you can be using computers. And you might be connecting these clients to a server. And the database server might be hosted in a cloud, or it might be on an organization that is running, for example, a banking system might be running a database server that is keeping a record of all accounts and that are on the bank. And then all the transactions are recorded in the database. And then there's a lot of ways to store those databases records. And then there's a lot of relationship depending on what type of the database they use, whether it's a relation database or hierarchical database or object-oriented database, and different type of database, different ways that they store it. This might be like a DMV record, a database that is going to keep your license information and all that. It might be a school record that is every student, the classes that you take, the major, the subject that you're taking, the room, the building number, the professor's name, all of them, there's a record for it, and then the database. It could be a human resource that the database that has all the employees' record. It could be anything. So there's a lot of type of different file server that is on the internet. For example, a file server could be application server, could be a database server, could be a web server. So through the internet, a client makes a request. The client could be any type of hardware. Could be a desktop, could be a laptop, could be a wireless connection, could be a direct cable connection to a server, could be anything. So you make a request from the client on the net, and then through the web server, you're going to get the response. And sometimes behind the firewall, the web server might be connected to a database server or to a file server. And then you just get that information. So this regard to how you use the internet or the computer, you are interacting on a daily basis with these software, and through the software and internet, you're reading your data or other personnel's information and connecting to them through the same kind of mechanism. For example, sometimes you might be going to Google Cloud computing environment. The Google Cloud computing environment, like docs.google.com, would have these documentation with this PowerPoint presentation or Word document or Excel. You prepare them and then you put them on the cloud. Then you can access them through OneDrive or iDrive, through Apple or something. You still are going to connect them to the Google Cloud, and docs.google.com, which is a secure page, is going to be sending that information in an encrypted format between the client and the server. You're reading, and if you're downloading the file, you click on the download. If you're sending an email to your Outlook, or you're just using Android software to connect it, or Snapchat, or some other messengers, or something that you're connecting, or a desktop that you're connecting, all of them are just using the cloud. In this case, the cloud could be one of the money servers, or it could be even a supercomputer. And because Google bot and the search engine might be running on a big data kind of information that is storing millions of records of information, or millions of documents, and sometimes the retrieve and search of those information has to be fast enough, and they are being run on a supercomputer with parallel processors and terabytes of memory, and then a lot of petabytes of storage. So they are running with parallel processors on multi-processing systems. Could be thousands of processors together running concurrently, and that's why they are called HPC, high performance computing, or supercomputer. So whether you're doing the administrator at Google or Amazon Web Services, or maybe Oracle Web Services, or somewhere that you are just hosting the on a web hosting company, wherever you're hosting it, you are connecting to that cloud of that company. But at the same time, whether you're the user, or you're the developer, or you're the admin, you're interacting with these other piece of hardware and software all the time. So a user that is like a student, you could still be maybe going to Texas Automation supercomputing environment, TACC, Frontier Connection, or some other Lone Star 5, or any other web server that's actually supercomputing centers, which is HPC, high performance computing. You're still reading the data through your university or school and everything. At the same time, it might be free for you, but it's very, very expensive. These bots that they're running an artificial intelligence kind of algorithm that run and do pattern recognition, machine learning, all of that one whether it's Facebook, Amazon Web Services, or Google, they do a lot of these AI kind of software on these supercomputers, and then they're providing you these services, and you're using it as users. So what are the advantages of using a computer? There are many advantages. One of them is increase and improve your productivity. So whether you're a student or you're just an employee working at certain companies, whenever you use the software that is, for example, docs.google.com, when you want to work on it, for example, a Word document, you could write the entire book online for you using Microsoft Word. And every search that you do on, let's say, a database that you could query it, then you could just do those kind of search on Google website as well, and some sort of the database. The query that is much faster, retrieving millions of links at the same time. So imagine when you do on google.com, you search for a word, say, learn English or learn computer. When you type in learn computer, there's thousands of these database servers that are on the Google search engine that will be just the edge servers head first, and then from there it populates to all these MySQL database or whatever SQL server, whatever the web hosting company or Google or search engine, Yahoo, or any other person that is providing you that service, whether it's Linux platform or mostly on Linux platform, these supercomputers, or just maybe even Windows or Mac or Unix. So whatever is the platform that provides you through these connections, sometimes it spins off thousands of servers search, and then you don't know which machine you're going to hit on those supercomputer you're in search. But the Google search engine, the bots and that is running, and then it's going to query all those databases for you, transparent to the users knowledge that which IP address or which host name and which MySQL database server is accessed. It will retrieve the data back to you using HTTPS, hypertext transfer protocol, and secure mode, and send you back the information that you query, saying that learning computer is like, these are the links that you can get it. But in addition, that productivity, you can, for example, correct your typing mistakes or write some kind of paragraphs, and you can save it and then you can edit it. There's so many advantages with computers. Think of people that they say, well, I don't need to use computers. It's almost like telling back in 20 or 100 years ago, they were saying that I will never drive a car, I will never ride a bike, I will never fly. So people cannot use just walking to go everywhere. If you could just walk, you could walk maybe a couple of miles or 10 miles on a given day, but that is going to be very exhausting. You need a car to go drive to work for 30 or 40 miles per day, just one way. And then same thing, if you want to go from one state to another state or one country to another country, you either go by ship or you want to go by plane. Somehow transportation is important to you. Similarly, with computers, if you just say everything, I could do the work with my hand, but writing something and searching and retrieving an Excel spreadsheet, for example, does not have queries. So if Excel spreadsheet, for example, is one page long, you can query information, you can make changes on one Excel spreadsheet. And if you could do it by hand, even by hand, one page is really tedious to do because you might have duplicate records you don't know. But once you put it in a database, if it is 10,000 pages, Excel spreadsheet, it will be just like not working as well as the DBMS database management system that is written for that purpose to just allow you to do primary key, foreign key relationship, all those kind of concepts. It is just going to give you so much. So one advantage is connect you to the internet. So what does that mean? So what? If you connect to the internet, so what? Just connecting to the internet is almost like uh, having an option to be on a plane at any time, going from one country to another one and meeting people on social media, talking with them, remotely working on companies that you don't physically exist on that location, or you don't live in that city or that state or that country, but you could be just using the internet to do all kind of work that you would have never dreamed of. And you could be just having a website running, or Amazon Web Services, that you could just have a online store that you could be sleep, and then your internet store is going to make money for you. Or you could just post something on Facebook or YouTube and inform your friends and best friends in different countries of what just happened to you, or an event that they want to know about it. So there's so much on the internet. You could be taking online classes for free on YouTube, or you could be taking online classes at universities that you could never attend in physical, or you could be attending remote classes. So there's so much with social media. For example, on the internet, once you are accessing, for example, social media, there's advantages and disadvantages. The advantages that you can get entertainment, and then the disadvantages, you might be just getting too much entertainment that you waste your time all the time on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn or something, or just discussing things that are not as important. You might be getting involved in politics too much, or something that you might realize that after a while it was not worth it. But and the entertainment sometimes this could be fun too. You could be just maybe watching World Cup, or some game that you love, football or soccer or basketball or baseball, any sport that you like, or you could be just listening to music that you love. You could do a lot of things, but you could just set your time properly and then enjoy it at your leisure whenever you want to. At the same time, on the internet, when you're connected, you have a lot of educational websites that are available to you. Some of the education's website or on YouTube channels that you could be learning if you just want to learn all of a sudden how to fix something that was broken on your car, or something that how to get a first emergency kind of kit, or how to do something to help a kid, how to coach or teach somebody how to play soccer, how to kick the ball, how to pass the ball. All those kind of things could be there, as well as maybe sometimes you might just be taking online classes that are for free. You could just go to universities, look for videos that are for free, or read online books, PDF files. I provide a lot of PDF files. I'll show you some of the PDF files that I did for Unix manual pages. A lot of my students at Pasadena City College told me at once that they could not afford to buy books, and they wanted to get these PDF for either cheaper or free. So I made the entire Linux manual pages, which are about 6,500 technical documentation that since 1969, people are developing on Unix and Linux environment, but those ones are only available when you're logging in on a Linux machine or a Unix machine or a Windows operating system. What I did was to just make all of those ones available in a PDF format on my website for free, and writing a Python program to convert them in PDF files and translate all the non-ASCII characters, and do a lot of work with it, but provided in a very nice format, so people could get a PDF file for free just online. And then I have the license information from the original documents also posted on those PDF files. So everything is general public license that Linux and all these other vendors that they provided, they have it for free, and then they say as long as you have the general public license there, and then the rest of them is could be taken by students, by people that they work and learn from it. There's a lot of business that you can just run your own business at Amazon Web Services or some other company that's online, or you could just work at your organization and then interact with other business people, B2B, we call it business to business. There's a lot of software, XML was there, JSON is there, a lot of it reads a lot of these tools in business to business. There's a lot of activities for education and business on a government website like nasa.gov, Jet Propulsion Laboratory that I'm going to show you. A lot of those ones are also available for free and that you could learn and study there. So on YouTube, YouTube is the most important website that I like. And why I like that one, because Google provides it. Google bought it a long time ago at 1.4 billion of YouTube was purchased, but now it's like some half a trillion or something is worth it. And Google itself is $1 trillion company. And so YouTube is free. You can subscribe to any channel that you like. All of that subscription is free. You can subscribe to our channel to watch all our videos for free and learn from it, and then help others. LinkedIn is also a website that is for education purpose, and everybody that is doing something with their career, and basically they're using LinkedIn, and then you're sharing information with coworkers and other companies that they are doing the same thing as you do, and then you become their friends, and at some point LinkedIn together, and then become like sometimes a job posting, you can post it and let other friends and other ones that are interested to share that information. LinkedIn is really good, and they have some documentation and teaching stuff that you could just get it, and sometimes they charge a very small amount, but YouTube is free. So if you want to just learn for free, YouTube is your friend. Facebook is also free, of course, logging in and posting your pictures and interacting with other friends and families and co-workers and anyone that are joining in your profile as becoming friends or joining a group. You could do that one, but sometimes with Facebook, if you want to just post something, then sometimes they want to just promote it only with some fees. So it's not for free if you want to promote your channel. Instagram.org also is very good for Snapchat, and that's also owned by Facebook now. And WhatsApp is another very useful kind of phones that you can do on the internet, that you can call anybody outside of your country, and then you're not being charged as free services. So, but you have to know how to use it, and the usage and guidance, you have to go by that one. Make sure that the spammers and all these scam artists, they cannot come and read your profile or get your information by just misbehaving in a way that or kind of like masquerading themselves as if they are some person A when they are not the person A. Twitter is another tool that people use a lot for social media. They used to use it a lot. Nowadays, it's not. It's like almost gone, going away. Twitter at some point was used a lot in the social media for politics, and now it is just diminishing. There, it has dementia. Just kidding. TikTok is another one that this is a Chinese kind of website that they allow a lot of the youngsters to use this one, TikTok. And then there's some kind of politics behind it also, that parents are questioning TikTok, why some of my kids are all seeing these kind of things. There's no control on it. but this is Congress and TikTok that they have to deal with. We're not going to talk about those ones. That's not my concern. And then here on the education side, I have this website called mywebuniversity.com. From that, mywebuniversity.com, some of my videos that I post on my YouTube channel, which is my Web University YouTube channel, I posted also on this mywebuniversity.com. Since 2000, I have built this mywebuniversity.com. It's a very secure page, and it is all the documentation and videos that you can learn Unix, Linux, computer science related courses. A lot of one of the book that I wrote, The Direct Path to Linux Ubuntu, it's all online for free. And then this book is about 9 chapters. As you can see, chapter 8 is the Linux Ubuntu manual pages in the PDF format. That is 6,500 technical documentation in PDF format. So imagine each chapter of this book is another book. Just chapter 8, I have about maybe 6,500 technical PDF format, and each one of them that you open, it could be 2 pages or 1 page, could be up to 400 page or 500 page of PDF files. So imagine 6,500 of them just on chapter 8. And all of that one is on a PDF format that the student and employees or developers that they need to learn, they can just go get it online for free. And then chapter 9 is the C and C++, include header files. So if you're a C++ coder and programmer, you might be looking at the IOStream header file, or if you're a C, you might be looking at the standard IO.h. All of those informations are in a very nice format. There's available for you. Chapter 7, for example, is Linux manual pages. Dynamically, you type in the command printf or pwdx or pmap or p3 or any command that you type in, stress or any command that you type in, the output will be produced in front of you right there. You just type in the name of the command and the search engine of mywebuniversity.com, which I run it on my cloud computing environment that is running a Linux server. Is going to search dynamically the manual pages, and then it prints it in a HTML, CSS3, a nice format for you in a nice window. Similarly, chapter 6 is the Linux web server, which is Apache web server. Chapter 5 is the Unix shell scripting. That is, I have taught a lot of shell scripting courses, and some of you already subscribed through the shell scripting videos. Thanks to you guys that are interested on those ones, or some of you subscribe through the compiler class and interpreter class or videos that I have been posting. I'm going to post a lot of more videos, and you're welcome to watch them. The chapter 4, Advanced Unix and Linux commands, that's one of the videos that has have been most popular, and then a lot of people subscribe it, and it has a lot of stuff there. So I'm going to show you some of those ones also tonight, and then you're welcome to subscribe. Currently on the mywebuniversity.com, I have about 1,100 of these files, or kind of like whether it's 1 hour or 10 minutes or 1 minute or 4 hours. These are the videos that I have posted on YouTube channel. You're welcome to watch them and enjoy them. They're computer science related, Unix, Linux, Windows, PowerShell, Python, C, C++, Bash scripting, Apache web server, Xterm, Ubuntu, VirtualBox. There's so many information. And I also have another YouTube channel that I recently started for poor Afghan kids that are just unable to attend, especially the girls, to go to college or high school. So those ones, I'm just making a lot of videos available for them so they can learn it in Farsi, because if they cannot attend school, then how they're gonna educate themselves. So I'm making these videos available for them. And today I just made another video of the same one that I'm making in English right now. I made it in Farsi, and just to help them out, and hopefully Afghanistan will be a technology company. I mean, country, country that would just maybe based on a lot of educated people, and they will just hopefully have a lot of engineers and computer scientists and software engineer, technical support, operators working for Facebook, Amazon Web Services, and then YouTube. And I'm hoping that these kids that they don't have an opportunity to attend to regular college or high school, they will go through this website with me, and I'll educate them. And I'm sure there's a lot of hundreds of other peoples that are very, very educated, that might be better educated than I am, or in different kind of environment, whether it's physics, chemistry, biology, math, calculus, or some kind of pharmacology, or like medicine or something. They could have their website to teach people there that are less kind of fortunate to attend a university that are so expensive, or they cannot afford it, or they're not allowed to go to college. So we could help it, because it's helping other ones is always God helps you back. It's sharing is caring. This is another website that for education purpose, w3schools.com. It provides a lot of kind of computer science related class. A lot of the developers and programmers uses this website. I have used it in the past, and then I noticed that they now have more kind of options: HTML, cascaded style sheet, JavaScript, structured query language, Python, Java, PHP, Bootstraps, how-tos, and W3.css, and C, C++, and C Sharp. But they haven't listed like Linux, Unix, Mac, and other ones. Most likely, I mean, you can just come into mywebuniversity.com, and on my website, you could watch all of the Linux and Unix related courses and operating system courses as well. And then we have a Jet Propulsion Laboratory, where I'm honored to work on the past 20 years and some months. And I have been really, really, gratitude to God that put me in that nice place with very professional people that I have worked with them. All of these people are really professional, and they're actual rocket scientists. And most of them, when they say this is not rocket science technology, this is what JPL does. Jet Propulsion Laboratory, they makes helicopter that kind of launch in the Mars space, and then at the same time they can monitor it from Pasadena. Imagine what kind of technology allows you those kind of AI kind of software, or big data that you're reading Mars samples at any time using these robots. So the artificial intelligence technology, AI, robotics, and maybe data science, and maybe IT, and then HPC, supercomputing, high performance computing. This is the place to work with, and this is where I work. I love it, and I enjoy it every moment of it. And so I'm going to show you some of the other things Jet Propulsion Laboratory and NASA. NASA.gov is basically getting some budget on a yearly basis to give a Jet Propulsion Laboratory some kind of a project, and based on the project that JPL proposed, the budget gets approved because of the Congress. They come into Caltech, they look at the project, they say, well, are you going to do something on Earth, like NASA, to discuss temperature data, climate goals? So whatever and the climate information, NASA has to work on it to see where this global warming is happening. So similarly, if you're looking at on the Mars landing, if you want to know what kind of the rover that went there, there's a Spirit and Opportunity went in 2003, and then We had the MSL Mars Science Laboratory in 2012, August 5th. I remember August 5th because that was my birthday as well, on not on a different year, but it was August 5th there. And then when we were launching on that night, I was working to watch all the monitor all the servers to make sure that our web services are in place, that millions of people are connecting to watch the launch. So we want to make sure that the security and the software, the operating system, everything is seamless. There's no issues. There's no downtime. And then this is Cassini project, which is a solar system. One of the page that comes in on saturn.gpl.nasa.gov, that is the Cassini project. I mean, there's this menu is going to give you options to look at it. This is another page for the same solar system planets that you can look at it. And as you can see, there's overview, what's a planet and planetary analogs, and then analogs explorer. All that informations are there. This was mars.gpl.nasa.gov back in 2003 when we actually launched. There was a lot of work that we had to do because there were 3 million people on our web services that they were connecting. At some point, the web services was almost like getting choked because the web service, the bandwidth, the network was not good enough at the time with just receiving that many connection in nanoseconds. So we what we did was spawn off an Amazon Web Services. First we started off with some Linux machine, and then we just populated to maybe hundreds and thousands just to make sure that these kind of connections are coming out fast enough and responsive. And we had a Tiger meeting. 5 of us were working. I was one of those people that we made those project was successful. There was a lot of great other co-workers that work with me that they're still at JPL. And then we are just proud that we made that on the same day, so successful that the users never had any issue with connecting to mars.nasa.gov. And since then, that site has been up and running with seamless issue on Amazon Web Services with on the cloud. So Google is the search engine that you can use Google to do a lot of stuff. As you can see, this menu that is here near my picture, and this is my profile. So the menu gave you kind of information that if you could go to news, Google Docs, Gmail, a lot of the information that you can do on Google Maps and everything that you can just go there. At the same time, you have a button here for Gmail to read your Gmail account on Google Mail, or images that you want to just look at it, or docs.google.com you can go, or do a search here for any character. You can even just use the audio and then just have voice recognition and then search it. Google search is going to be clicked here, then you just search for the word that you want. And then on the Google search, for example, I went there and www.google.com, as you can see, is HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, meaning it is this lock. The SSL certificate for Google is in place. So that means everything that you search, you type in for this string will be decoded like a cipher, encrypted into the HTTP through SSL certificate, and TLS is going to send to the Google server. The Google server is going to check on MySQL database server or whatever web server that they are running with the database search engine to look for this thing, and then eventually it's going to find it. When you click on images, this is going to show all the images there. And then notice here, since I said my web university N Farsi, this -N is my YouTube channel name. And then since that is the name, it's going to show up here. At the same time, I have a space here for C. So it makes up a search for this word, and the word Farsi comes out here. And this is not my website, but it is some other university in Persian, so it says in Farsi. That those kind of search, that's what a search or query does on a search engine. There's also Bing.com, which is Microsoft search engine. Microsoft search engine is also powerful, especially with ChatGPT that was introduced recently. Microsoft put $1 billion or $10 billion just to get ChatGPT. And then the only problem with ChatGPT is that up to maybe November of 1919, I'm sorry, 2019 or 2022 or some day that is there, you can search, but not dynamically search is not working yet because they have not made it to just search for the current event or something like I was looking for World Cup and it says World Cup was won by France when Argentina won it. So some of those information is sometimes biased, sometimes also give you misleading information. But ChatGPT is a very good AI, and Microsoft is spending the money to compete with Google, and they are going to get that there. However, Google has built so much on it, and they are already on top of it. When Yahoo was a very great search engine, Google in 2000, I believe, I was working for HostPro or webhosting.com, now it's web.com. At that time, I was using google.com when Yahoo was the main search engine and in public, and then Google was not. Google came in back in maybe 2005 or 2006 or 2004, whatever year it was. That is when they went IPO. And then before that one, Yahoo at some point was like more than $600 share or reaching to 1,000. So a lot of people were talking, some of the developers that they had account, they were very happy with their offering. But Yahoo was providing finance, was providing news, Yahoo Mail, and all of those other entertainment stuff that you can see, sports. But Google took the whole market from Yahoo, and Google is doing great. Google search engine and Bing is next, maybe. At this time, is Google is on top of everything. So on this one, I'm searching Bing, but I'm not clicking on the images. I'm clicking on search, which is all, and it is showing that there. And this page, I'm clicking on the docs.google.com. Some of the documentation I was telling you that I wrote some video, for example, the poor girls that could not study. I just made to teach them Windows operating system. And this video, I was teaching them Python, IPython, Jupyter Lab, and maybe Linux at the same time. So all of that one was on this video. And then this docs.google.com allows you to just look at Google. So hold on 1 second. I'm sorry for 1 second. I'm going to pause the video for a second. So I made this online course here for them to teach them IPython, Jupyter, and Python, and Linux, and as well as Linux virtual machine for beginners. A lot of these videos, whether it was on my web university or my web university in Farsi, I have posted them already, and it is through docs.google.com that I made the presentation available. Then you also are seeing the next session. You can see that women's semifinal is coming up this, I believe, Tuesday, and then the next one is Sunday, maybe the final. So US has been eliminated, unfortunately, and then Australia is playing New Zealand, and so we just have to watch them and see how they are doing. This is another thing that you can watch on entertainment for these channels that are, whether it's some website like FIFA.com or some education, some universities, some YouTube channels, and then all of those ones are available for you to enhance your careers as well as learn from it and educate yourself. And you can see the difference between women's right when humanity is not treated the same disregard to what type of a person you are. If they treat different people at different location and just depend on where you're born, sometimes you're kind of disqualified to go to even like you're not allowed to go to school. And then on the other hand, people could contribute to just shine for their country as a superstar soccer player or as a superstar human being doing something, medicine or technology or anything. And then these people or these poor innocent girls should have the same kind of freedom, and then they should be allowed to go to school and educate themselves and go to jobs and everything. Unfortunately, sometimes when people talk about it in politics, they just say one thing and then their actions are always the opposite of what they have planned and what they have decided. If they fail, they never admit they failed. They always just say that's not my part of my job. But with national kind of security, that these kind of things should have never happened in Afghanistan. Unfortunately, it happened, and it is still not under the control of these innocent people, and they need to go to school. That should be some human rights that United Nations or whoever wants to talk about it. They're not doing anything in action, so they are suffering, people. For English to Farsi translation, we could search, for example, here, another google.com website. You could just type in English to Farsi or English to German or English to Arabic or anything that you want to search for. You start learning that language and you could practice it. These arrows, you can just choose the language and write it in one language and get the answers in another language. So that's another things for education. There's a lot of stuff that you can use computer to take advantage of it and then do stuff. And this is another kind of like a YouTube channel that I have that I'm currently making a video for you. So like, for example, I'm teaching online computer science related courses in English. And this last video that I posted was Linux how-to on compilers and interpreters for a Rocky Linux version. And previous to that one was compilers and interpreters on Linux Ubuntu version. And then prior to that one was Linux how-to on shell scripting. And then running multiple operating system on a virtual machine. So a lot of these videos are there for a good purpose. And you're welcome to just go to, for example, if you want to go to nasa.gov, you see jpl.nasa.gov. It is very entertaining for you to learn and then get to know what JPL does every day. And then where the projects are there, the missions. There's a lot of mission critical flight ops projects that we all work on it. And perseverance is what is important. So all these robots that you work and tested at Jet Propulsion Laboratory at some point is sent to Florida and they launch it, and then it's going to be just another project on the space to investigate. So there's a lot of missions, there's news, galleries, events, and then even you can go to the career.gpl.nasa.gov to just jobs.gpl.nasa.gpl.com or something. And then under the search, you could search for those ones. So there's a lot of neat stuff. At the same time, you can go to nasa.gov. NASA.gov is basically NASA TV is there. They're working on HERT. discussion. And you can see here all the stuff that NASA does. You're welcome to just explore, or you can go to the topics here by just mission, by galleries, by follow NASA, download, a lot of the stuff that you could go. And if you click on mission, you see all the missions that are there. Similarly, if you go to mars.jpl.nasa.gov, this is the Mars uh, website, mars.gpl.nasa.gov, and you can look at the planets if you want to just look at all the planets and just explore there. Or you could just go to Curiosity, for example, the Mars 2003 Spirit and Opportunity that landed 2003 there. And then you can look at the Perseverance and the project that is there. Also, Perseverance was also 2012, I believe it was, August 5th, MSL Mars Science Laboratory. And there's inside that you had this one a few years after Perseverance, and then after MSL that landed. We succeeded on that one as well. So you could go to all these kind of information and Red Planet and look at the programs, and then sometimes you watch the videos and just sometimes you just explore as much as you want. And then you could also go to saturn.jpl.nasa.gov. This is the Cassini project, and then here's the planet. You can just click on it and then look at the solar system and everything that is there, planet in our solar system. So there's a lot for people that they are interested to learn from it. At the same time, if you want to go search on Google, like I showed you, a lot of these things is there. And then similarly, you can go on YouTube channel, and then YouTube, you can just click on news to look at the news, what's going up, happening today, and then look at all search engine and look at some of the videos that is there, look at all different sites and everything. And then get entertainment. Look at this video that my son is juggling the ball. I want to show you that one. This is the table tennis, and he is really mastering the juggling technique that he is running with a table tennis ball. You can see that it's pretty neat. Name is Murtaza Ali. If you know a professional team that is looking for a player that is 25 years old, he's looking for a professional team currently. And then first division, second division, even third division, he would be interested to try out. So and just give him a call and then let him know. If you're somewhere running a professional team or you know somebody, this is the player that you want. And there's a lot of good skills that he has, and then that he have, and then or he has in this case, and then you just do it. This is when he won the MVP award, Most Valuable Player award, among 11 teams between United States and Canada. The tournament was in New York on the 4th of July. And this was in 2019. That was there. And then, so again, I'm going to put you one more video of him just for the entertainment. And then knowing computer, this is good, that you can connect to other stuff. Like look at these advertisements. Let me just escape this one. So this is one of the kind of technique that he uses at basically at Grand Avenue Park. The ball comes in as a volley shot and it's going there. This is as a video and the highlights. I'm going to make this one bigger. So he does definitely deserve a professional team. I hope you guys are going to, if you're, this is the championship against New York team. He was playing for Atlanta. In the final, he scored two beautiful goals. And then this is this last goal, the fourth goal. They won 4-3, and this goal just finished the game at the overtime, and they won the championship. Atlanta won against the Bristol. These are the Orange County team that he played there, and he scored against another team. Santa Ana Win was the team that he was playing here. So these are all. I'm going to leave these ones a little bit so you can see that if you're a this is against Galaxy under 23 team. So right there, he scored the goal late. So that was great goal. There's also Santa Ana Win. On this game, also he scored two beautiful goals. That was the first goal, and this is the second goal. Okay, I'll just stop the video after this goal, and then maybe if you're a professional player somewhere in the US or outside, please give me a call or give them a call and let them know that you're interested in it. Look at this power shot. You can see how fast the ball moves. This also in New York and I tournament that he scored as well. This was one of the power, good goal, like Beckham, dented like Beckham. You can see that how he dented there with the good curve. Here's another one. He was playing for Orange County FC. And he scored a beautiful goal from almost 40 yards near the center of the. This is in New York. So, if the professional player again, please give me a call or give him a call. And he's interested to play for a professional team out there. I'm gonna stop it, and then we could just make sure that you go to our channel and subscribe. And I'm gonna end this video right here. Have a great time, and I hope you all start learning computers and subscribe to our channel. Ask question for anything that I can help you. I have thousands of videos here that you can watch on YouTube and Google and everything. On YouTube, I have it, and also on my YouTube, my web university there. I'm gonna also show you the my web university page that I was telling you that I have all these PDF files. And if you just go on any of these videos, you could watch it on YouTube or anywhere. But this is the online book that I was telling you. The PDF file, you can see this chapter 8 manual pages. There's about 6,600 technical documentation in a nice format here that I made all of them. So if I make this screen a little bit bigger, you can just click on any word like calendar command. It will tell you what the calendar command does here. And then if I just resize it a little bit, it's a nice read. So you can read it in a nice format and then go through them. Whatever number of command, this is 6 pages. Sometimes like if you're looking for, let's say, okay, what about control F? I'm looking for bash. So like R bash is there. And then other bash, a lot of the bash, 6 of them. So the one that I'm interested in, this bash born again shell, you can see this is born again shell. The sh was born shell and bash is born again shell. So this one is about 269 pages. And then all of them are in a PDF format. You could just resize them and read them from top to the bottom and understand them. And then get help. And similarly, if you're interested on something like Control F and let me just say Python 3. Do they have Python 3? Yes. Python 3 documentation here it is. This is 19 pages and you just read them and understand them. If you want to say, how about GCC? Yes, they have GCC, a number of them, one of 26 of them. So there's all of them. You can just click on them, and whichever one you look at, you could get some help on it. C999 format is the 1999 version of C compiler that is there, and is similarly for CC is also the GCC as GNU C collection compiler. The C compiler was called CC. So Corn shell, if you want to just click on it, this is the KSH or Corn shell. You do the same thing. And then this one is 145 pages. So all of that one, I made it available for you for free. And then at the same time, if you want to go to get the C++ header files, and you're looking for any of these header files, you click on it, string.h, and then reads this information right here in a nice format. And it says strings.h is the header file here. Similarly, like for example, if you're looking for IO stream, you just type in IO stream, and then IO stream comes in here, you click on it, and then start reading it. And if you're interested on some of these Google advertisement, you could purchase something that is maybe giving you a discount that would benefit me also with maybe just some of those advertisements there. I might get some sense. You don't have to do that one. So the C and C header include files are included here. And similarly, if you're looking for anything like, let's say you click on that header file, and then this shows you that the header file is open here. If you want to go on chapter 7, I was telling you that you can search any command in a very nice format here. So if I just say, show me the printf statement, I could type in printf statement and I get this one. And if I just say, no, give me minus S3 printf statement, section 3 of printf statement, that was section 1. Now I'm interested in section 3, which is the standard IO. It is there with all the printf function calls and the scanf, all of those are defined here. Similarly, if I say, show me the mount command, by default mount is a section 8. So it is going to show that section 8. But I could also say minus S3, S8, and then mount. It will just give me the same thing. So whatever format you type in here, if I just am interested PWDX or PWD, print working directory, it will just tell me that. And if I say print working directory of executable, show me that one, it just tells you the executable for it and that process. Say, give me a PMAP process map here, or something like that, and you could just get the output here, PMAP. Or pgrep for process grep, and there, and it's going to get you. egrep extended global regular expression print, you could get that. So a lot of these ones are available for you. Similarly, I told you that if you go to mywebuniversity.com, let's say the .com/table of content.html. If I go here, you can also search for chapter 4, for example. Chapter 5 is all the Unix shell scripting, which I have those videos as well, and a lot of them are there. But chapter 4 is all advanced Linux commands. You can learn all of these commands, and just if you want to read them, you can read them here online here. And then I explain what is user add, user group, user mod, group add, group mod, group del, and I give you a lot of examples here. So a lot of the explanation is there, as well as if you want to just go for each of these rows, there is 8 columns. So in one list, user add tell group check. This is video number 1 here, for chapter 4, part 1. And then pipe through umount, then I have video number 2. And so on, all the way to video number 8. 8 of 8 would be the last row. G core, GNU core, and G core, that's core dump, for the process, RPM, Red Hat Package Manager, process kill, list of open files, LSOF, expression, screen, ELF, executable link format, TCP dump, loader for compiling assembly language, AS, and then loader linking, and then make the build process. So a lot of those ones are just there, and then the video for it. This would be the last section on that one. So this one is for chapter 4, part 6 of 8, and part 6 would be this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5, 6, GDB, GNU debugger, DDD, and then Debian package manager, GAN unzip, syslog, htop, mod info, snap, nm, ls mode, and ls hardware. So all of those options are there. Please watch them. I want to also take you to chapter 5 for shell scripting. There's a lot of videos here. I have examples that you can open the shell script here, and then you can run them and read them first, and then concatenate it. For example, here saying that show me on the text format, so then that way you can cut and paste this information in a Unix machine and practice it yourself, or just test it here, run say for each statement, and then get the output here. So you can run the code, and then here you can also type in uname -a, and then you get to run the Unix command on my cloud. You don't need any Docker, you don't need any virtualization, you don't need to install anything. You just need a browser and internet access, and come to my website and start running this command. CWD, print working directory. Calendar command, right now it is about 11:25 Pacific Standard Time, but it's actually a lot, 3 hours. And if I type in date on the, this is Eastern time, so Eastern time, it is 2:25 in the morning. So it is California time is 11:26. I'm going to end this video. You guys have a great one, and God bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye.